So, you want to know how to maintain your car. Well, it's a good thing you're watching this video, because I'm about to explain how to change your oil, change your coolant, and change your tyre. There are, however, some things that you'll need to maintain your car. To change your oil, you'll need some oil, either synthetic or semi-synthetic, an oil filter, an oil pan, and a couple of car stands. These should cost you roughly $160. To change a tyre, you'll need a spare inflated tyre and some tools. These will usually be found in the back of your boot, so it shouldn't cost you any money. Finally, to change the coolant, you'll need some coolant, which should cost you roughly 18 bucks. Right, before we can do anything, we first need to open this bonnet. Simply flip this lever, and the bonnet should open with a click. Then, simply reach under the hood, flip a lever up, push up the bonnet, grab your stay hood, and put it into its intended location. And the bonnet stays up. Now, what you are looking for in this car when replacing the oil are these two pieces: the dipstick and the oil cap. The dipstick measures the oil and how much you have left. The oil cap protects the oil from any foreign bodies and allows more oil into your vehicle. Of course, you have the coolant hair and your wiper fluid hair on this side as well, plus the brake fluid hiding right here behind the oil. So your fluids are pretty close together. Okay, when changing the oil, you'll need to look at the oil levels. To do this, you'll need to locate the dipstick right here. Twist 180 degrees clockwise and pull it out. Then grab a lint-free cloth and wipe off all the excess oil. Put the stick back in to re-lubricate it. Pull it back out and read the oil levels. There should be some grooves or engravings to tell you that there is enough oil. If you can see this, there is clearly enough oil as it is past this point here. Therefore, I have enough oil in this car and it does not need to be changed. However, if you find that in your car the oil level is below said point, you may need to take it to garage or oil changes to check if there's a leak or any other issues with your vehicle. Now, when you're dealing with coolant, there are two things you need to be cautious of. First off, when you're checking the coolant levels, don't just unscrew the cap off, as this may allow foreign bodies into your coolant system. You should check the side of the bottle, as there should be markings right along here. If I give this car a quick check, I can see that we're at the optimum amount of coolant needed and I don't need to top it up anymore. However, if it is below the minimum required amount, you'll need to add more coolant. To do that, simply unscrew the cap and pour in a 50-50 mixture of coolant and water. Now here's where the second thing comes into it. Some manufacturers pre-mix their coolant solutions. So, read the bottle before pouring it in. If you don't, you might run too lean or too rich and that can damage the engine. So that about covers it for the engine. We can close the bonnet now. Simply push it up, put the stay hood back in its location, lower the bonnet and drop it from about roughly 5 centimeters above its resting position, and boom, bonnet safely secured. Now we're onto the best part of the video. We're going to change this tyre. Firstly, locate your spare tyre and tools. You will usually find these underneath a layer of fabric in the boot of your car. Right, so the first thing you want to do is remove those hubcap covers and then loosen the hubcaps underneath. So now that we've loosened the lug nuts off the back wheel, we need to put our jack stand right here. This is because it's a strength point, and it will hold the weight of the car like far better than just putting it here or here, you know. So this point here is where we put the jack stand. Usually it'll be indicated by like a little bump here, or there'll be like a groove or something like that. Right, so now that the jack stand is up and the tire is elevated above the ground, what we do is that we give a car a bit of a wiggle to make sure that it's firmly secured, and it is. Then we take off the lug nuts and take off the tire and replace it with the Space Saver one. Okay, so it looks like that tire is seized on, but don't worry, you can fix it at home. All you need is a rubber mallet. Simply go around and behind and hit the back of the tire with this mallet, and make sure to spread it evenly around so it comes off. Also, a second thing to note is, when taking off a tire, always put one of these lug nuts back in loosely. This is to make sure that the tire doesn't fly out and hit anything that's valuable. Okay, so now that the seized tire is off, I simply remove the lug nut, take the tire off, and replace it with the spare tire. Now that the spare tire has been tightened onto the caliper, we can go ahead and tighten it fully. Just remember to tighten it in a star pattern or in a diagonal direction. And after you've done that, we can go ahead and remove the jack stand and you're free to drive away. Just one thing to note, most spare tires have a speed limit they have to follow by. This one is 80 kilometers that it says on the tire there. So drive to what the tire says and don't exceed speed, because you're going to take that tire off anyways when replacing it, and these spare tires are usually made out of a cheaper material, or it's like thinner, so it can disintegrate easier at higher speeds. So that speed is there for your safety, it's not there to annoy you. Just remember, drive to what the tire says. So that's about it. We've covered how to change your oil, how to change your coolant, and just finished how to change a tire. If you have any questions, comment down below. Leave a like, hit subscribe, all that jazz. I might do more content like this, so stick around. Just a word of warning, make sure to have some clean water, because it does get a bit dirty changing the tire. So yeah, I'll see you next time if I do another video. See ya!